Okay, so we're going to talk about two-channel audio mixer. Okay, so we simply have here our op amp, and we see that it is in negative feedback because we have our V out here and RF, which is our feedback resistor, feeding back into the negative input. Okay, so we saw in class that V out equals negative RF times V1 over R1 plus V2 over R2. Here, we've chosen resistor R1 and potentiometer RV to be the same for both of them. This helps out the ease of analysis. So yeah, let's go into the values we chose for them and why we did that. All right, so I'm gonna erase this here. All right, so we know that we want the ratio. So the ratio of RF over Rx, it was given that we want it to range from 0.1 to 10. Okay. Um, we'll get this range by lieu of this potentiometer here, and this lower limit will be set by the resistor. Incidentally, you always want a resistor in with your potentiometer, because if you were to turn this all the way down to 0 and there was no resistor here, you'd have the full current coming across this resistor, which is just bad because it's not quite zero resistance, and that's a lot of heat to be dissipating because the current won't be so high. So it's just good practice to have a resistor there anyway. Um, so let's say the case where RV goes to 0, and so it's our ratio here goes RF over R1 equals 10, because this would be the denominator is smallest when RV goes to 0 and 10. So let's, for keep everything nice and simple, let's set R1 equal to 1 kilo ohm. I think this will give us a nice value for RF here. So if R1 is 1 kilo ohm, that gives us an RF of RF equals 10 kilo ohms. And you can see the ratio 10 over 1 is 10. So we got our max gain of 10. All right. So now we can find a good value for the potentiometer RV by looking at the case where our gain is the smallest, and so 0.1. So we have the equation here, RF over R1 plus RV equals 0.1. Okay, so we know from a fact that we can replace, when we do everything in kilo ohms, because RV is going to be in the kilo ohm range, so we have 10 kilo ohms over 1 kilo ohm plus RV. Okay, you can further reduce this to, you trust me here, a little math. This gives us 0.1 equals 1 plus RV. This, of course, gives us 100 equals RV, or 39 kilo ohms equals RV. And for simplicity, we're just going to take 100 kilo ohm resist potentiometer equals RV. Because they're pretty plentiful in the lab, we have no problem finding that value, and it kind of gives us a nice power of 10 here. So you have, see if you still see me here. Yeah. R1 equals 1 kilo ohm. RF equals 10 kilo ohms, and then RV is a pot equals 100 kilo ohms. Remember, this is potentiometer. It's only going to be 100 when it's turned all the way to one side, and it'll go to 0 essentially, or like usually like 0.6 ohms when it's turned all the way down. Okay,